I go live, but I just finished washing my hair and touching up the green. You can see it's a little bit brighter than what it was before. I'm really happy with how it turned out this time. I wanted it to be just a little bit brighter for spring. When I first got it, it was even brighter than this, but then like the stuff I was using to touch it up, it kept making it darker. And now I feel like it's a little bit brighter than what it was. So I'm really happy with how the color turned out. But as you can see, my hair is not styled. I have nothing in my hair right now. So this is what it looks like straight out of the shower. So I'm just gonna do a slick back ponytail. At the end of this week, I am going to Pennsylvania. And I'm just gonna wear a wash and go puff the entire time I'm there. I think that's one of John's favorite hairstyles on me, and it's really easy. Also, I didn't towel dry my hair. I just had it laying over top of my head. Also, today's gonna be my first day worshiping back in person at the church building. We have a limited number, of course, with social distancing and masks, which that's nothing new to me because I'm a teacher that's been in school since August. So I'm really excited. So we have to do this transformation kind of quick, okay? So here's the freshly washed hair. It is super soft. You can see it's already kind of defined, and I decided I'm just gonna do quick, easy, slick back ponytail again. I did that the last time I washed my hair, and I'm gonna do it again for today. So let's jump right in. I'm going to use a leave-in. I don't have anything out that I really want to use. A leave-in conditioner. Let's throw back. Let's do a throwback. We're gonna use the Paul Mitchell. Is this the one I have open? Yeah. I'm going to use the Paul Mitchell, the conditioner, original leave-in, balances moisture. So literally going to take some of this in my hand. You don't need a lot. Is this my open one? Yes, it is. Uh-oh, is my lid? The lid is clogged, it seems. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to, yeah, this is the one I have been using. It's clogged though. So I'm just going to take, that's more than enough. It's blue, isn't it pretty? Take some of this. I'm gonna focus like on the ends. I'm gonna kind of rub it on the outer part of my hair, and then I'm gonna open my hair up. Take some more. Ooh. I'm gonna put it on the inside. And then I'm just gonna open my hair up again. So I'm not doing like super formal sections. Yes, that brightened my hair up a little bit. I love. Take a little bit more. One last. Oh no, that's not a little bit. That is too much. Oh my goodness, this is why it has the cap that it has. Okay, we're putting some back in the container. We're putting a lot back in the container. Wow, this is really messy right now, but you know, it's okay. We're gonna make it work. All right. Usually I'm not this messy, I promise. All right, I'm just gonna make sure I get on the inside of my hair and the underside. All right, now that I have leave-in all over, I'm really gonna work it in. Just gonna massage it into the hair. And kind of finger combing as I go, even though I detangled in the shower. You can see the curls are starting to pop a little bit more. Really working it in. This is a good arm workout. The slick backs for me are such an arm workout. I'm just gonna really make sure that it's worked in really well. It turns kind of white, as you can see, but that'll be fine. I have, since I've been dyeing my hair is more high to normal porosity now. Which I kind of honestly am enjoying because I am heavy-handed with product. So it doesn't take nearly as long to dry. Like I feel like it's just, for me, it's been easier managing high to normal porosity hair than low porosity personally. But my hair is generally pretty easy to like take care of and maintain. It kind of does what I want it to do. Okay, wow, I just dropped the cap. I'm sure you heard that. All right. Leave-in is applied. I look crazy, but you know, we're gonna get it together, okay? We're gonna get it together for the Lord. All right, I really do enjoy this. It's great. It's very lightweight as well. It doesn't weigh down the hair. So if you have more fine strands, which I do, I have more fine to normal size strands, and I have medium density hair. I don't have, oh, my hair is not thick. Okay, it's not thick at all. It's not super thick. So I really like this leave-in. Moving on. The next step in this process is to apply some oil to my scalp. Now, my favorite has been, and I've been showing this to you guys, the Imania Beauty High Maintenance Elixir Multi-Purpose Hair and Scalp Oil with 100 milligrams of CBD growth stimulating herbs. I really like this because it has like Ayurvedic herbs in it. It has the CBD oil, alma, black seed, neem, meadow foam seed. It has a lot of good oils, willow bark. I love this. As you can see, I'm almost done, but I have more on the way. So typically, I'm super like, when I'm rushing, I'm like very messy with it, but I'm just gonna literally drizzle this down like the middle of the center of my head. And you can feel it. Like this stuff is, I feel it on my scalp. Like I feel like my scalp is literally being activated whenever I apply this. And then I'm just gonna go kind of like down the sides, as you see. And I'm taking very little because I don't want to use too much. This is very powerful, very potent. A little bit goes a long way. I also really like this oil because it's not super thick. It's not super heavy. So it spreads really easy. But yeah, I can literally feel it on my scalp. All right, we're going to do one last little section back here. Great. And so after I kind of go through, now I'm going to take my fingers and work it in. I like to work it on a damp scalp before my hair starts to dry even more than what it is now. So I'm literally just going in, rubbing the scalp. And this is specifically when I'm doing like slick back styles. And I will use a little bit more oil later when I do my part and stuff. And also you notice I'm kind of working on my hair in one big blob for now, but that's about to change soon. All right. I can feel it on your scalp. Like you can feel where it's applied. Like I said, it's like activated. It's hair growth activated. All right, so my hair is super soft. Scalp is lightly oiled. I don't like to do too much. So now it's time to actually start styling. Sometimes I use a cream, but with that leave-in, I don't feel like I need another cream on top. So I'm literally just gonna do the leave-in, that oil on my scalp, and use Eco Gel today for my slick back. So I think, let's do a zigzag middle part, I think. I have this new like little rat tail comb, so I think I can get a good zigzag today. So the last time I tried to do a zigzag, it looked horrible. So if we could see, I'm just gonna use this kind of comb, has that metal end. And this oil, it's very potent. Like when I tell you feel it working, you feel it and you can smell it. Like it's really, really powerful. And let's do one more on here, I think. Okay. Can you see my zigzag part? So that's gonna be my part, I think, for today. And so now I'm just going to take this kind of brush, which I think I got on Amazon. And I'm going to start to kind of get my hair to start laying more. I already detangled in the shower and I kind of lightly finger detangled as I was applying the leave-in. So as you can see, it's not really too difficult for me to get this to glide through the hair. And kind of work in halves. Ooh, that green is brighter. It's Poppington. And you can kind of already see how my hair has grown because it doesn't go all the way up to my root anymore. So that's one cool thing about having dyed hair that's like a totally different color than my natural hair. I can see when my hair is growing. But honestly, I love having this little strip of color. It makes me so happy. All right, and see this brush also kind of defines the hair a little bit. Not too much. The back of my hair always defines easier. It's more like 3C in the very back. And the rest of my hair is very much type 4. All right, Trying to be careful not to mess up my part. Time to do the same thing to this side. Trying to get the hair just to go down. Basically, that's all I'm doing. Also, this side of my hair is thicker, the right side, compared to the left. I have more hair on this side. It's more dense. You can see those curls started to form in the back. But I love this brush. I am somebody who sheds quite a bit, in case you're wondering. I do shed a lot of hair, and this is a mixture of green and black hair. So I'm just gonna, I throw it on the floor and I pick it all up after I'm done, so. All right, so now that my hair is like detangled and sort of going down in a downward motion, I can start to apply the gel. Now, I'm gonna use EcoStyle olive oil, old school. I have this huge container. I'm trying to do this relatively quickly because I don't even know what time it is. I'm bad at keeping track of time, especially on the weekends. All right, I'm gonna take a decent size amount. Can you see that? And I'm just gonna rub it on the top outer layer of my hair. That's another thing. I don't wanna use, I'm not gonna like part it. I'm just gonna apply it on the top outer layer and then work it into the hair. So make sure I get some on the front, especially on the edges. And you can see this gel immediately starts to define the hair. And you see the waves popping through. Okay, once I feel like I have the outer layer mostly covered in gel, and I look crazy. I don't want too much gel on my ends, so you know, on the top. I'm gonna take the same brush and start to work it into the hair with this brush. And my hair like literally immediately lays down. Let me show you on the back, can you see? I'm using okay. So now that we've got that done, now you can see that the top is basically slicked, but now we need to smooth it even better before I secure the ponytail. And you can see the ends do not have gel on them. I try not to get too much gel on the ends. All right, I'm gonna use a boar bristle brush. There's the harder side and the softer side. I'm gonna start on the harder side. And this is where the magic really happens. So I'm gonna use this to really get any sort of lumps and bumps out of the hair. Do. And you see how smooth that is, baby. Again, avoiding going to the ends. I'm gonna leave the ends in their natural texture with no gel. And then I'm gonna take the soft side and I go over top. And then we'll do the edges and everything later. We'll make the edges sort of fancy today. And I try and change up my part each time I do the slick back so that I don't get like thinning in one area. Like, I don't know. Like if you keep parting your hair in the same spot always, each and every single time, the same exact way, sometimes it can have an adverse effect on the hair. All right, so again, the ends have nothing on them, but leave-in, ooh, Chile. All right, and I just smooth with my hand too, and if I feel lumps, I go back in with the hard side, the hard bristle side. Let's follow with the hand. Okay. And I'm kind of combing with my fingers in the back to really gather the hair. I'm also gonna put some gel on the bottom portion under here, the nape of my ponytail, just so that area is also smooth and slicked back. And now that I have all the hair gathered into one hand, let me check the smoothness up here, right in the crown area of my head. this top portion. And once I feel like I've got it really nice and smooth, no flyaways, I'm gonna take a hair tie. Is this the hair tie I had? Yo, I'm telling you, this is a workout. When I tell you, this is a workout. All right. I've got a hair tie. I like to use these kind that don't have any metal. I think they're made out of nylon. All right, now I'm going to take this hair tie and I'm going to secure the ponytail. And you can make it as tight as you want. I like to take my chin to my chest so that it won't be too tight, because that like stretches the back of my head or those muscles. And yeah, and I always feel when it's too tight if I can't do this or if I feel tension. So I put my chin to my chest and then I will like pull the ends to tighten it a little bit more so that it can be secure. All right, so that's what we got so far. Now I'm just going to take a small little edge brush and I'm going to go to the front of my hair. I'm just using the Eco Gel. I'm going to add a little bit more and I'm going to do my edges with this. I can usually get away without using edge control and just using Eco Style gel for the first like 3 days of my slick backs, and then after that, like depending on like what happens to my hair and my edges, I'll have to use edge control. But usually the day one, I can just use the gel that I used. So I'm just doing something slight. I said I wanted to be super fancy today, but I don't know, this is kind of fancy for me. I'm not an edge connoisseur. That's good for me. I'm using the brush side. I'm just kind of making some waves. I'm going to use the comb side. This is always the side I can never get to look as good as the other side. It like never comes out the same. And this is also perfect if you wanted to add hair to your ponytail, which, you know, I might later this week, but most of the time I just wear my natural hair in the ponytail. You could also shingle the back if you wanted to make it more defined. What I'm gonna do is actually twist this ponytail and then secure it as a bun because I want to protect my ends. So I use this style like as a protective style. But yeah, I love the way the edges are looking. You know, it looks very sleek, very clean. I don't think I need any more gel, so I'm gonna put the lid on the gel. And we need to be done with this hair. I want to be done by 20 minutes. I think I can do it. All right. I like to clean up as I go, put things back as I go, remove the hair as I go from my tools, pick up the hair off the floor as I go. I'm a very much clean as I go person, so I feel like that saves time in the end. All right, so now that we've got this part exposed and it has nothing on it but leave-in, I'm going to take that same brush from earlier and I should section it. And I'm gonna make just 2 twists today with the ponytail. So I'm gonna divide it in half, split it in half. Ponytail in half, so here's one half. I'm gonna go through and detangle it again. And then whatever gel is like left over from the very top of the ponytail will kind of run down. And whatever gel is kind of in the brush. As you can see, now it's more defined, more sleek. Now I'm just gonna seal it. One of my favorite sealants is definitely Pure Jamaican Castor Butter. This is the lavender one, but any of these, and it looks like this. It looks like hair grease basically. So I'm gonna take a generous amount of that on this half, and I start at the ends. I'm just gonna work it over this whole section to seal in that leave-in. And you see that helps to define the hair too. All right, so now that I've got that, I'm gonna split this into two. And now I'm just gonna twist it in a regular old 2-strand twist. Okay. All right, so that is now moisturized and sealed. Now we're gonna take the other half. As you can see, this is what it looks like undefined and just with leave-in on it. Gonna detangle it. And my hair is still pretty, it's kind of damp. It's not dry, just so you know I'm not brushing through dry hair. It's damp. Okay. And that brush does help to define it some. All right, so now I've got this side. I'm taking the same castor butter. Instead, start on the ends with this castor butter, and I work my way up the hair to seal in the moisture. And you can see how that helps to define and clump my hair too. I love this castor butter. It really does make the moisture last. All right, and then I'm gonna split it in half. Split this section in half again, and then I'm gonna twist it. And then if you want to add any additional castor butter to the ends of the twist, you can, just for some extra security. And so now I just have my ponytail with 2 twists, as you can see, hope you can see. So now what I do is I'm going to twist them the direction that makes them a little bit tighter because they're kind of loose. And I'm going to twist them around one another to make a bun. And this time I'm going to use a satin scrunchie. And for me, this is a great protective style that just keeps my ends hidden away. So now I have a big satin scrunchie, and I'm going to wrap that around the twist this time to make sure that moisture stays in. And I'm just going to wrap it around twice, maybe 3 times if I can, so that I know that the bun is nice and secure and the ends are tucked away. And that is how I do my slick back ponytails. Where is my mirror? I have a hand mirror. Can you see? Yes, perfect. So yep, that's how I do my ponytail, and I use the mirror just to check, make sure everything is nice and smooth and moisturized. Awesome. And this is a protective style for me because I usually keep this for, I can usually keep it for 3 days and then I'll redo it on day 4. And now I'm just going to take the Imania Beauty oil again, since I have a very clear part. I'm going to take some of that directly onto the part that is exposed. And I'm going to drip it right here at the crown of my head, like right in here, because that is where I experience the most breakage. And I just place it there. I'm going to rub it in with my finger and just smooth with my hands. All right. And then I normally will do like little curly cues back here, but I don't really have any hanging down today. So we're just going to leave my hair exactly as you see it right now. Also, if you're in the military, this is a great style. It honestly reminds me of being in the military. My dad was in the Army for 27 years. So I'm used to seeing women with their hair like this, like every day, all day. And honestly, for me, it's a great protective style. Like I said, if I see anywhere it needs to be smooth, I'll just take the edge brush, the boar bristle side, and I'll just smooth it. Sometimes I get some lumpies up here at the top where my crown is. And as you can see, my hair is not white at all. All right. Now that my hair is done, let's see how I can configure this. I gotta be creative because I need to wash my hands now because I have oil and stuff on my hands and I do not want to touch my face with that because it's time to do makeup and skincare. And let me check on the time. Perfect. I need to leave by 9:20 or 9:25 at the latest to get to the church building on time. And I don't have to fight anybody for parking since we're all not going to be there. Not literally fight people, but it's a struggle to find parking. Our parking lot is quite small for the number of people that we have. I'm just grateful I'm able to go. All right, I'm going to set y'all up right here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, that works. Great. So now I can wash my hands. Yeah, I feel like standing. I did a lot of sitting yesterday and just like relaxing. So today I'm like, let me stand and get ready because I was not feeling the greatest because of, that time of month. And then my dog was really sick yesterday. I actually ended up having to take her to the pet ER. She's fine though. But yeah, it was just not a good Saturday morning. It was a very rough Saturday morning, but everything ended well and she's doing so much better now. So yeah, shout out to Carolina Veterinary Specialists. They really helped my dog out. But yeah, that was a little scary yesterday. All right. Now that I have cleaned my hands, I have not done any skincare other than washing my face in the shower, and I use an exfoliating wash. I have this dry patch. I am such a bad skin picker when it comes to like dry patches. I can't stand it. But yes, this is my skin. I have acne prone skin. I have lots of moles. That's hereditary. Acne scarring. So this is my face. So we're going to tone. And I'm going to use the Ole Henriksen Glow H2O or Glow 2 OH Dark Spot Toner. I really do like this. And I just literally put it straight in the palm of my hand. It's very liquidy. And I just go in, put on my face, avoid the eye area because this stuff is strong, but I kind of lightly go over my eyelids. And as you can see, I make sure I go behind my ears. Oh, that's what I forgot to do, is make sure I slick the hair behind my ears because it will start to curl up and do weird things. We'll come back to that. So I make sure I get it everywhere on my whole face and my neck. All right, and now I'm going to use the Good Molecules Discoloration Correcting Serum. I actually really like this, and I find that it also helps me with breakouts. Let me shake it. Shake it, shake, 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 shake it, shake, 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 shake it, shake it, shake it like a Polaroid picture. Y'all remember that song? Are you old enough to remember? I was going to put on some LIS Speak Love Glossy Lip Treatment Oil because I have dry lips. All right, I shook this up. I'm going to put quite a bit on both sides of my face. I just let it drip down, and then I'm going to rub it in. You notice I focus mostly on my cheek area because that's where I have most of my dark spots, and then I come up on my forehead. Make sure I go all the way to my ears, behind my ears, under the chin, and on my neck. Because as you can see, my face is a totally different color than my chest, my body. My neck is a different color than my face, my body. I'm lots of different colors. And this one says you're supposed to leave it on until it dries completely before you go in with your next step. So I kind of pat over. Gonna take a sip of coffee. And then I'm gonna go in with moisturizer. I'm almost out of one of my favorites, which is the Clinique ID Dramatically Different. I use the hydrating clearing jelly. So this is for acne, and this is the little cartridge. The red one is also for acne and imperfections. I'm almost out of it. My hands are like slippery. Let me see if any will come out. I like this especially for the summertime because it's super lightweight. It's a gel. I'm just gonna put this right over top. It is so lightweight and refreshing on the skin. I actually need to get another one because it's almost empty, so I don't feel like that's enough. I like to really make sure I moisturize my skin, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Purito Deep Sea Pure Water Cream. I really love this too. It has 2% niacinamide in it, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of it to just go over top of this, just to make sure that I am fully hydrated. I'm almost out of that too. Make sure I get my eye area as well, and my neck. And I go like gingerly around my edges so I won't mess them up. And I'm just gonna let that sink in a little bit. Let's fix the little area behind my ear. So I'm gonna take an edge brush. I have several of these, so this is the purple one. I think I had the pink one earlier, but I have a bunch of them. Open this big container of gel again. I wish y'all could see me struggling right now to open this thing. My hand's barely big enough to open the cap. This is the huge size. I'm just gonna dip this in here, take a little bit, and I'm gonna go behind my ear, this area, and smooth that out so that it won't curl up and do weird things. Now, if you want to do the little curly cues on the side, you can. Sometimes I do, but as of late, I just haven't, especially as somebody who's been wearing makeup. Like, it's just not a good look sometimes because the makeup gets on them and then you have to touch them up every day. And I'm just like, that's extra. Also, since we're here, I might as well go and make sure I just reinforce the nape area. I normally have hairs that hang down, but not today. Really, there's a little bit on this side, but I'm just gonna scoop it up. Swoop it up, slick it up into the bun area. All right. I have one flyaway. What is that? Like one curl just like sticking out. Trying to kill my vibe. All right, let's jump into the makeup. I'm gonna do something super simple, easy. I don't really feel like doing the most. I'm also testing out what products do I want to take to Pennsylvania this time. So as of late, I have been skipping primer and I've just been relying on my moisturizer. Now, I normally do wear SPF, but I haven't opened my new one yet. So I'll make another video later this week. But for foundation for my trip, I think I'm just going to take my Lancome Teint Idole. I've really been enjoying this, but I also really have been enjoying my Clinique Even Better Clinical. Y'all know I've been loving this foundation. I also really love mixing the two, but I'm trying to take just one of each, like one of every product. I'm trying to keep it simple, but those are kind of the two I've really been wearing on an everyday basis. So let's just do Lancome today and see how I feel. I'm also looking for stuff that's long wearing because we are going to a wedding. So I'm just gonna take 3 pumps of that, which is a lot. And I have the shade 520 Suede Warm. I know it looks super light on camera. I'm just gonna distribute that over my face using this e.l.f. brush. So this is 3 pumps. So I spread it out and I kind of buff it just a little bit, and then I go in and start patting it into the skin. This foundation is super long wearing, and I find it doesn't really transfer as much as some of my other ones. Now I find this to be like a medium coverage with just 3 pumps because I can still see my darkest marks peeking through, but that's okay because I'm going to use a concealer kind of to go over some of those areas, and the concealer I use is also going to be the one I use under my eyes. So that's what that looks like. Like I said, you can still see my imperfections peeking through, but I don't want to use any more foundation today. Kind of did a quick, easy, fast, not too high maintenance of a look. All right, so that was 3 pumps of that. Now I'm going to use the Even Better Clinique concealer. I've really been loving this. Oop. They're Even Better All Over Concealer Eraser. It has this thing in the cap, the little eraser thing. I don't use that. As you can see, it's still pure white. So I'm going to take some of this under my eye area, and it's basically the exact same color as the foundation. So I don't really like to highlight with concealer and all that. Like, I don't know, it's just, that's a lot, doing the most, and I'm not really trying to. So I'm going to apply a decent amount under my eyes, and then anywhere I have marks peeking through, I have darkness on my upper lip, so I'm just concealing my whole upper lip. Then I'm going to take some on the back of my cheek area and on the cheeks where I have those scars. I have more scarring on this side. Some down here, a couple right here next to the eyebrow on each side, and then right between my brows, and this one on my forehead. And you can't really see it because it blends really good with the foundation. And I'm just going to tap that in to get more color rich. Sometimes I use a different brush for under my eye, but for today I'm just using my foundation brush. And that adds all the coverage I need, or that I prefer. I'm really into complexion, so I like to have a flawless complexion where my imperfections aren't peeking through. Like I said, just tapping under the eye as well. And like I said, tap, 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 so it doesn't move around, and we can get the maximum amount of coverage from the concealer. All right, all right. Where's my mirror? Let me double check in the hand mirror how everything's looking. And to me, this looks very smooth. And the shade at first, it looked a little strange, but I find it all works out with like my skin in the end. I don't know if it gets like a little bit darker, but for the longest time, I could not figure out what shade I was in Lancome. And then I just decided to follow Coco Swatch's Ofune. She's somebody I use as a like reference for foundation shades if I'm not really sure. And I also use Too Much Mouth. Those are kind of my two go-to people. Like whatever shade they get, that's the shade I'm gonna get. And as you can see, that's what the skin is looking like now. There's no imperfections peeking through. The color is great, it looks really smooth. All right, so after this, it's time for powder, which is powder such a blessing as an oily skin makeup wear. I love powder and I use a lot of it, and that's how I also get my makeup to last super duper long and look really smooth, okay? So get ready for a lot of powder. Today I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the shade Kanafa. It's the deep, like yellowy, goldeny one. I love this powder. Oh, she's already got a bunch in the cap. It has a sifter, a really nice sifter. And I'm gonna take this little brush from Luxie, the Precision Foundation brush, but I ain't using it for foundation. I ain't using it for foundation. It sounds real country. Real country right there. And I'm going to tap this under the eye. I always like to set my under eyes first, so I don't want them to crease. Sometimes I use a sponge, sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I use both. But honestly, my preference is the brush. Look how smooth that is, baby. And this powder, because it is a little bit lighter, it does brighten a little bit, but nothing crazy. I like to go in with the brush and tap out first. Make sure there's no creasing. And then go in and set with the powder. I try not to do too much the first layer. And then I go with another layer with a little bit more, and I go over a bigger surface area. And I'm highlighting now with this powder. So you see me bring it all the way up, down the sides of my nose. Look at that. Lift, snatch. Let's go. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So yeah, I think this is the powder I'm gonna bring with me. I also really love the Beauty Bakery flower powder, and I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder as well, but only the translucent one. That's another one I really love. It really mattifies. That one is the bomb. I might use a little bit of that today, honestly. Yeah, I'll show you that one too. All right, so now I need to set the rest of my face, but I took a little bit on my forehead as well, but really it's mainly for the under eyes. You can see how that already is kind of adding shape to my face now that that area is slightly brightened, but not anything crazy. And the look is like already starting to come together. My face is starting to look like, you know, I did something. Like she tried. Love, love, love this powder. So let's go on to setting the rest of my face. And like I said, I'm gonna use Fenty pressed powder. I like to use a pressed powder. Sometimes I use only pressed powder. Sometimes I use a pressed and a loose powder. But I usually always use a pressed powder on the perimeter of my face. So we're gonna use the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Powder Foundation, the shade 445. Like I said, I use a lot of powders. This is what the shade looks like. Looks like my skin. Love this, and I'm taking a flat top brush. This is an e.l.f. powder brush. I'm really going in there, like covering the brush, and then we're gonna stamp it onto the skin, okay? This adds additional coverage, and it also sets the liquid foundation and concealers in place. This powder is a little bit darker than the foundation I have on, but that's fine. All the colors come together. And it is so smoothing. Do you see that, baby girl? I'll be looking good at church today, okay? Pressed powders are also really quick and easy because they're not as messy as loose powder. This one is a really good one. Two, you can wear it alone as well because it is a powder foundation if you have more flawless skin or if you want to conceal first. To me though, it gets oily if I just wear it alone. It gives me good coverage for sure. Like I can definitely build this thing up on its own, but for me, it just wasn't as long wearing as when I wear it over top of liquid. And really make sure you set all your areas that you apply foundation. Especially since we're wearing masks, I really like to make sure I get this chin area and around the mouth, sides of the nose, bottom of the nose, bridge of the nose, all that, because that's where the mask sits and can rub off the makeup. And I go over and around the eye area as well to blend everything. And you can keep layering this up until you get the desired look you want. I'm just gonna go over the cheeks one more time for some additional coverage. And around my eye socket and around the hairline, very carefully. All right, so now my face is set. Now I'm gonna go in with, just to lock it in, a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills translucent loose setting powder. I don't do this all the time, just sometimes. So I'm just gonna take it like this on the same brush. I'm gonna pick up a lot and I'm gonna tap it off. See it flying in the air. And I'm just gonna tap this, especially over where I have the mask. Now this is truly translucent. So I'm just taking a light layer. This really helps to lock it in and make it long wearing over my whole face. Just to really lock the makeup in, prevent it from transferring. And I'm just tapping it in. Tap, tap it in. And this is like an extra step. All right, so that was with the flat top brush. And now if you want to add bronzer and highlight and all that, you can do that now. I'm keeping the look very simple. So for today, I think I'm just going to do highlight. So I'm going to take this brush and let's use, like, what highlight do I want? Let's use Amrezy, just because I'm not sure what I'm even going to wear. Let me check the time too. Oh, I need to go. All right, we're going to finish this up. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear. I'm going to use the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm just going to highlight all the places I like to. I'm going to go over my lid a little bit, hit the cheekbone, brow bone, over my lid because I'm not doing any eyeshadow. Just to add some luminosity, some extra dimension to the skin. I'm using like a little big crease blending brush. I really like this for applying highlight though, so that I can whisk it around and really diffuse it and buff it into my skin. And it's not too big. I kind of like a lot of highlight sometimes, so I'm kind of doing a lot today, especially since I'm not going to do anything else to the skin to add dimension. Just some highlight. So you see it's really, really pretty. I feel like this looks flattering on every skin tone. And then with my finger, my favorite place to highlight is my nose, the bridge of my nose. I'm not gonna leave it just like that, but I like this look. And the tip of my nose, which, you know, nobody's really gonna be seeing because I'm gonna have a mask on, but you know, I still do it anyway because I love the look of it. And I just rub it with my finger. All right, the skin, the complexion is complete for me today. Now, like I said, you can add bronzer, you can add blush, all that if you want to. I'm not going to. Also, if I did have on bronzer and blush, I probably would buff over my skin again with just the tiniest bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, like just that much. With a fluffy brush, I would buff over everything just to make sure everything blends. But we're not gonna do that today because all I have on is highlighter. And I feel like it is well blended and seamless. It's not like a stripe. It's, you know, blended into the skin. All right, next we're gonna do brows. I'll show you guys one of my favorite things for brows. There's two things I've been loving. I love the Milani Weekend Brow, and I love the NYX, the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. I'm gonna use the Brow Tint Pen from NYX, and I'm using the shade Black because I like black brows. I like black brows and I cannot lie. Some people say I look crazy. Just kidding. Nobody's ever told me I look crazy. My brows look crazy. So as you can see, I have thin brows, but they're there, you know, and they have a decent natural shape. So we're just gonna follow what the Lord gave me. But first I need to make it more visible. So I'm gonna take this mascara, this little travel size mascara that is kind of old and a little dried out. I'm gonna use it like a brow gel so that I can see my own natural hairs more clearly. If you have nice brows, you can probably stop here, throw on some mascara, a lip, and go. But I'm not there. I have never got my eyebrows waxed, threaded, or anything. This is how they naturally are. Both my parents have extremely thin brows that are almost like non-existent. Like you can hardly even see them. So that's why mine are like this. All right. Taking the NYX pen. This thing is great. That's what it looks like. It looks like a marker. A little marker. And I'm going to go in and line the bottom of my brow. Also, I got my second dose of the Pfizer vaccine on Friday, and my arm is less sore this time than with the first shot. I'm having like, that's the only side effect is my arm is slightly sore, but like I would work out right now, like no problems. So in case you're wondering, I'm not experiencing any side effects, any adverse side effects. Yesterday I was kind of tired, but also it's also that time of the month. So, you know, that kind of, I don't think it's because of the vaccine. I think it's more because of that. All right, so I did my line on the bottom, and now we're going to fill in hairs. Oops, oops. I went too low, yo. The thing is, since I have on the lip oil, if I put my hand against my face, sometimes I get lip oil on my foundation, which I don't want. All right. You can fill until you feel satisfied. And now I'm going to go in and do my line at the top. And again, I'm following where my hairs naturally are for this. Don't want to make it too thick, too bold. And then with the tail of my brow, I kind of just try to do a line of best fit through whatever sparse hairs are there. And then if I feel like I need to touch up anywhere, like this one's a little bit thicker than this one. I like the shape of both though. So in order to touch up quickly, but without risking like messing everything up further, I'll use a brow pencil. And my favorite one right now is the Ardell Brow Liberty pencil. Really, really like this. Really, really enjoy this. And so with this, I can make it thicker and it's a little bit softer than the pen. And it just makes it really easy to correct any mistakes. So I'm just going over the lines I've already done just to make it a little bit thicker so that it matches this one. And because I did that, also looks a little bit more sculpted. So I'm also just gonna go over this side too. Just like that, just like magic. All right, and then lastly, I'm just gonna go through them again with the older mascara just to blend the hairs, and with the artificial marker. And that is it for my brows. Love the way they came out today. I really like them. Next is mascara. Sometimes I do liner, sometimes I don't. If I have time, I will do a little wing. I find that I really like the way wing looks on me lately. But we're just going to do mascara. I'm going to use the Lancome Lash Idole mascara. Let me check the time again. Let me make sure I'm on track. Yup. Your girl's pushing it though. I'm literally going to have to like get dressed super fast. And it's supposed to rain. So I'm going to use this mascara. I'm going to do several coats. And I like to look down into the mirror when I apply my mascara. This one is, she seems like she's kind of on her last leg. Oh no, I really like this mascara. And then for lips, nobody's gonna see my lips, so I'm probably not gonna do anything to them. I'm just gonna leave the lip glossy oil on them. And we'll just have this super duper duper natural look. At least my version of natural. But yeah, this is basically it. The look is basically done. I'm just gonna keep applying mascara and more mascara. I'm trying to think, what do I want to wear to church? Because it's gonna rain. And it's probably gonna be pouring rain when we get out of service. I also kind of blink into my mascara as well to help work it into the lashes. All right, I'm gonna let this coat dry and come back one more time after I do the bottom lashes. Let's choose some earrings. Do I just want to do gold hips or do I want a statement earring today? I do my makeup and my jewelry before I even know what I'm wearing, which is very backwards, I'm sure. Sometimes it backfires, but I don't know. It's just how I've always done it. It would make more sense to choose your clothes first and then do your makeup and pick your jewelry, but I guess because I enjoy like makeup and jewelry more than I enjoy like clothing, that's probably why I do it first. But I got a lot done this morning. I'm not even gonna lie. I touched up my hair. I packed a goodie bag for a sister from my church that moved. And one of the sisters is going to visit her and is going to be in her area. So we're sending her like a surprise goodie basket. I'm not going to say which sister I'm going to wear because then they'll give it away in case she sees this. But yeah, I did that. And I wrote her a card and everything. Of course, I had my quiet time. All right, wiped off my nose ring and my lip ring. Oh, I got some water on my actual face. It's kind of counterintuitive, but that's okay. All right, let's do jewelry. And I think I want to wear my Beauty Within jewelry. I really love this set. It's inspired by the Chinese coin. This is a necklace and I have matching earrings. I just love this set. I feel like it's so just dainty and feminine and really pretty, and it's like rose goldy. What is on my hand? Oh, that's powder. It's like, what is this white stuff on my hand? I'm doing this from very far away. You're all supposed to wear glasses, but I don't wear my glasses like ever, like I should. I cannot see. There we go. All right, that is the necklace. And then, ¿dónde está the earrings? Oh, I see them. Sorry, y'all are seeing my bathrobe. Then here, the earrings are like little huggy hoops. I've really been into these, especially with wearing the mask because it doesn't get tangled. Where's the other one? But yeah, I love Ana Luisa jewelry. They did this collection in collaboration with Ana Luisa. I really do like their jewelry. Yes, I really like the way this whole look looks. All right, let's do one last coat of mascara, then I'm done with the look. Like I said, I'm just going to keep this LYS lip oil on my lips today. And that's it. I'm not going to put anything additional on my lips because I'll have the mask on. So I'm going to do one more coat to really make my lashes pop on the upper lashes. This is very much my version of like a simple makeup look. I wouldn't say no makeup, like it's obvious I have on foundation and everything, but it's just really simple, really easy. Honestly, for school, I do this in like 15 minutes when I'm not recording it. It's been one of my go-to looks. All right. This completes the makeup and hair. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I do my little protective style slick back twist bun. Sometimes I do 3 twists, sometimes I do 4. Today I just did 2, just keeping it simple. And my hair is actually very soft to the touch. It's not hard at all. And it's also very moisturized, as you can see. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this. I need to get dressed and go. Stay safe, stay healthy. Don't forget how blessed you are, and love other people. Bye.